football fans in Northeast Georgia. Welcome to Herndon Stadium in Hartwell, Georgia. I'm Mac Poss, along with guest commentator Ken Brady, filling in for our colleague Charles Head. It's certainly a pleasure, Ken, to have you come along with us tonight in this classic football game between the Hart County Bulldogs, and the Elbert County Blue Devils.
Well, Mac, it's a pleasure to be with you tonight. I'm looking forward to a great ball game.
Well, you can tell how excited I am. I just misquoted the mascot for each team. Tremendous crowd on hand here tonight. Not only is this a great football rivalry, but tonight it takes on a special importance because these teams are vying for a playoff position. Everywhere I've been this week in Northeast Georgia, they've talked about this football game as being the football game all over North Georgia. And what it means is one of these teams comes out in a good position to be able to get into a role of the playoff contender, for the Region 8 AAA East contention for the championship. We'll be back in just a moment with our opening game comments along with the starting lineup. You're watching high school football on TV 32. Here at Herndon Stadium, the air is brisk, the flag is waving in the breeze, and boy, Ken, it's a great night for high school football here on TV 32.
It's a great game coming up, and a large crowd here waiting for this important sub-region game between Hart County and Elbert County.
As we talked about, Ken, it has a lot of importance just being Elbert County and Hart County for bragging rights, but certainly this is even more important because of the standing in AAA. Let's go to our starting lineups tonight for the game. First, for the Hart County Bulldogs, starting at quarterback, number 18, Speezy Ostowers, 170-pound senior. At running back, number 25, Perry's Rucker, 5'10", 180-pound senior. At tailback, number 26, Tim Johnson, 185-pound junior. At the flanker back, number 19, Reggie Vickery, 175-pound senior. At the split end, number 82, Darrell Rucker, 140-pound senior. For the offensive line for the Bulldogs, at right tackle, number 65, Stuart Carter, 170-pound senior. At right guard, Ian Fry, 180-pound junior, number 56. At center, John Maulding, number 54, a senior, 190 pounds. At guard, number 76, Rod Burton, big senior, 260 pounds. At defensive tackle, and a great big fella, Ken, big bike fellows, number 74, 285-pound senior. At tight end, number 42, Spooner Phillips, 175-pound senior.
Let's take a look now at that Hart County defensive secondary. First off, at safety, number 16, Russell Blackwell. He's a 150-pound junior. Also at safety, number 15, Earl Fouch, a 195-pound senior. Also at safety, number 35, Jamal Harper. Jamal is a 140-pound junior. At linebacker, Stacy Jones, number 28, a 195-pound junior. And also at linebacker, number 43, Robert Martin, a 215-pound senior. Looking at that Hart County defensive line, at defensive tackle, number 88, Tony Cooey, 230-pound defensive tackle, and he is a senior. At number 54, John Malden, a 190-pound senior. Number 61, defensive guard, is Stan Sayer, a 200-pound junior. Defensive tackle, number 90, Mike Roebuck, a 200-pound junior. At one defensive end, number 44, David Donald, a 180-pound senior. And the other defensive end, number 42, Spooner Phillips, a 175-pound senior.
Okay, now for the Blue Devils under Coach Charles Webb. They come in 5-1 on the year. Tremendous football team, tremendous talent. Starting for them at quarterback, number 11, Barry Calhoun, 145-pound senior. At running back, number 48, Vince Rucker, 175-pound senior. At tailback, Ricky the Horse Harris, 220-pound senior. At flanker, number 26, Donald Bolton, 145-pound senior. And at split end, number 88. They're talking about him all over in Georgia, 190-pound senior, Jeff Brawner. For the offensive line, the Elbert County Blue Devils, number 69, Dana Frost, 220-pound junior, Dana Frost. At offensive guard, Jay Hunt, number 60, 185-pound senior. At center, number 57, Bill Boswell, 160-pound junior. At guard, number 50, Shannon Johnson, 150-pound senior. At tackle, Eric Johnson, number 77, 215-pound senior. And at tight end, Lamar Turman, number 83, 200-pound junior.
Let's take a look at the Elbert County defensive secondary. Starting off at cornerback, number 37 is Brian Porter, a 170-pound junior. At the other cornerback position, number 44, Ryan Huff, a 155-pound junior. At the safety, it's number 29, Tony Lee, 160-pound senior. The other free safety, number 28, is Cale Glaze, a 170-pound junior. At the linebacker position, number 34 is Russell Artister. Russell's a 175-pound senior. And the other linebacker is Tyrone Huff, number 53, a 175-pound senior. And the Elbert County defensive line, the defensive end is talented number 88, Jeff Bronner, a 190-pound senior. Defensive tackle number 75, Wesley Brown, a 245-pound senior. At number 23 is Bobby Blackwell, 205-pound senior. At the other defensive tackle spot, number 76, Kevin Patterson, a 215-pound senior. And at the defensive end, right defensive end, Lenore Plummer, a 170-pound senior.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, and boy, the crowd is already excited, Ken. Big fanfare as the Bulldogs came on the field. Big fanfare across the way from the Blue Devil fans, and they have come out in thousands and thousands here tonight at Herndon Stadium to see this tremendous football classic. What we have, Ken, is Hart County has a tremendous, tremendous defensive football team. They have only given up one rushing touchdown all season long, and that's just tremendous for any kind of football team. But for a high school team, these are amateurs. It just says a lot for these young men. Elbert County, Ken, on the other hand, comes in a highly touted offense. So I think what we're going to see, and a very, very respectable defense, quite outstanding defense. Tremendous ball game against Stevens County, went into overtime 15-14. So what do you think, Big Ken Brady?
Well, I tell you what, the Hart County defense is the best in Region 8 AAA. They have given up an average of only 3 points per game, and 6 of those 18 points was given up in their loss to George down in Atlanta on a Saturday night. Seems like Bobby Pate had trouble winning on a Saturday night, but that's their only loss in the season, a 6-0 loss to George on a Saturday night. And that Hart County defense is really, really talented.
Well, Elbert County returns a lot of people from last year, as do Hart County, returning 9 of their 11 starters, from defense. So we always predict maybe a defensive struggle, and then they always turn out 42-41. And sometimes we predict an offensive fanfare, and they end up 7-6. So I think whatever football is about, I think we'll see it tonight, with these two football teams. Hart County under the legendary Bobby Pate, ultra successful. Charles Webb, certainly very, very successful, in his background also, coming to Elbert County. Visited with Charles this past week, and he said, Mac, one thing about it, Region 8 AAA is getting to be claimed as one of the stronger football teams in the state, much like 1 AAA is down in South Georgia. We're about ready for the action, and we're excited to be here. Elbert County kicking off to the Hart County Bulldogs. Run back by Tim Johnson, danced and darted about the 20-yard line, and the Hart County Bulldogs, I'll get that straight, pardon me, Hart County fans, before the night is over. The Hart County Bulldogs take over at the 35-yard line, putting it into play with Spezio Stowers, much heralded quarterback from last year and also this year. 1st and 10 for the Hart County Bulldogs on their own 35-yard line. Elbert County using primarily a 5-man front on defense. Their linebackers are called Thunder and Lightning. Tyrone Huff being Thunder. Russell Artister being Lightning. and hitting David Donald down on the sideline for a pass. Hart County is up and rolling. I was talking to Doc Ayers before the game, and he said, Mac, whatever it takes, you'll see Bobby Pate pull everything out of the book tonight because in this all-important tilt.
Brian Porter in on the tackle there for Elbert County from his linebacker position.
And he's certainly a good football player. Brian Porter, number 37. Big play by the Elbert County defense up front with Wesley Brown, big defensive tackle. Stopped the offensive thrust of the offensive line up front by the Hart County Bulldogs, clad in their orange tonight. Elbert County clad in their silver breeches and white jerseys, blue numerals. And boy, these young men are big, aren't they, Ken?
I tell you what, Wesley Brown comes in at 245 pounds, and that's a pretty hefty young man.
Second down for Hart County. Super play then. Super play by Russell Otterster coming up from his line. Excuse me, that was Tyrone Huff. Thunder. Spiegel Stowers has run the option extremely well in the past, and they came out on the option then. But except for that first play, the Elbert County Blue Devil defense, Ken, has certainly been equal to the task.
Well, they're going to have a tough job tonight clamping down that Hart County offense. And we'll be seeing a little bit later on how the Elbert County offense, they have just played tremendous ball here in the first 6 games of the season.
Hart County showing a slot formation. Screen pass. Whoa, big time play. Jeff Bronner. What a play by Jeff Bronner. Expecting or snuffing out the screen pass, and hey, it's just what we thought it would be.
This is exciting. Yeah, Jeff Bronner got in there and snuffed it out, as you said. And it's going to bring up a 4th down situation now for Hart County.
Excellent coaching on the part of Coach Jack Webb's defense. In a passing situation, you tell your defensive end, you rush, but if you see that they're coming hard, anticipate a screen pass. And he certainly did that, and that was a substantial loss. They're very, very fortunate that they recovered that fumble then. What a punt. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 48-yard punt. What a roll.
It had the roll on it, and it's going to be down at about the 7-yard line. And so Elbert County's got a long ways to go.
Well, your defense, Hart County has felt, Coach Pate said, that they carried them all year. And certainly, the old-timey coaches said you got to play defense and you got to have a great kicking game. And they have certainly exhibited, coming out then in that kick, that punt formation situation, and got a tremendous role. And we'll see Elbert County on offense for the first time under Barry Calhoun. And Ken, there must have been 9 orange jerseys around the football player then, given off to Ricky the Horse Harris, and looked like about a 2-yard gain. The Hart County defense, many people have said that it not only is probably the best in Region 8 AAA, they may be the best in the state.
Well, anytime the horse gets the ball, Ricky Harris, he's going to attract a large crowd.
Certainly, and tremendous speed that he has, and a big, strong running back. Once again, the Hart County defense up front, very, very strong. Big Tony Cooey, I believe they call him Cujo.
Cujo, that's right.
I was talking to Coach John Black today, and he was telling me that they also call their linebackers Thunder and Lightning, Stacy Jones along with Robert Martin, and they're 2 good ones also. Calhoun by Cujo. Big time play. Bear Calhoun coming out, and if that is any indication, I can see, Ken, why they have been heralded as one of the top defensive teams, in the area and possibly, in the state. Big-time play. Certainly do appreciate the hospitality that Dr. Fred McManus, the Pine High School principal here, Mr. Wallace Bassler, the assistant principal, superintendent of school, Vernon Edwards, extended to us and allowing us the privilege, to telecast this game. Back in punt formation for Elbert County, number 76, Kevin Patterson. And a great punt by Kevin Patterson also.
That had an Elbert County roll on it.
About a 43-yard punt, by Elbert County also. Kevin Patterson with a fine punt.
Well, the last offensive series, Hart County opened up with a pass. Let's see what happens this time.
Herndon Stadium, new stands on the visitor side. Certainly does look good. And Ken, as they would say, look around this stadium. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Who came up with that fumble recovery, but certainly, you have to be opportunistic. They were right there, big-time play up front.
I think it was Bobby Blackwell, number 23, the 205-pound senior, got on that ball, the nose guard.
Outstanding middle guard, nose guard, as you mentioned. Certainly a tremendous football player, coming up with that fumble. In there, defensive cornerback be Nelson Hunt for the Hart County Bulldogs. Elbert County on offense just has so many weapons. Jeff Bronner, the fine split end, big-time player. And they going for it all. Covering on the play was Nelson Hunt, and we have a flag thrown back up around midfield. And the preliminary indication is ineligible pass receiver downfield. Well, this Jeff Bronner, he has kickoff return potential, punt return potential. He's a big playmaker, and many outstanding Division I colleges are looking at him, along with some of the colleges looking at many of the Hart County players, also.
Well, Bronner plays both sides of the ball, and on the receiving and on the offensive side, Bronner has 157 yards so far coming into tonight's game and 3 touchdowns. He is a big play kind of guy and very dangerous.
Well, Wesley Brown certainly is an outstanding football player in his own rights, and certainly Ricky Harris is, along with Jeff Bronner, and a lot of big-time potential, for these young men. And a lot of people that have gone from this area, Ken, have been very, very successful in their college debuts. Barry Calhoun recovering the fumble there, mishandled the snap just a little bit. So it makes it a lot different call when it's second down and about 19. Running plays in for Elbert County, number 25, Chad Blackman, 145-pound junior. Ricky Harris and Hart County Bulldog defense, led by Cujo, David Donald on that side, Stacy Jones. They were concerned as to whether Stacy Jones was going to be able to play tonight. Sprained his ankle very badly against Gainesville last week, but he certainly didn't seem to have any trouble moving then.
They have a talented set of linebackers, Hart County does. They are blessed in that area.
They certainly do. And as we mentioned, Tyrone Huff is thunder for the Elbert County defense, and Russell Otterster is lightning. By the same token, the linebackers are thunder and lightning. Stacy Jones is lightning for Hart County Bulldogs because he's so quick. And Robert Martin, fine 215-pound senior, number 43, is known as Thunder. But defense, the thing that's impressed me so far in the first quarter, and we're 7 minutes into the game so far, is they get a lot of people around the football, and that's the most important thing, because those defensive linemen up front, John Malden, Stan Sayre, Mike Roebuck, Tony Cujo, Cooey, they got to keep active on the offensive line to be able to allow those linebackers to run to the football. Well, you saw it for yourself, folks. Elbert County, good play call, draw situation, second down and long. Big Mike Fellows getting around the football. He comes in and gives them so much depth in there. Stacey Jones coming out. Looked like he's having a little problem with his ankle. Number 40 going in at linebacker. Lewis Walker.
What do you call on 3rd and 29, Coach?
A good play, Ken. Coming up from the safety, Earl Fouch, and number 12, Nelson Hutt. Good call. Obviously, 3rd and 29 is a passing situation. Why not go to one of your better players? Pitch it back to Ricky Harris. He's got great speed. Good safe play to call. Punt it out, and then get ready to play defense again. Kevin Patterson back in punt formation. Had a fine punt before. Penalty call is Hart County. Must have lined up in the neutral zone.
I'm sure along with the fans, the players are nervous and tense about this contest tonight, and perhaps that's why we're getting so many penalties.
It could be, and you have all the news media hype, which what they're doing is just talking about the greatest, one of the great football games here in the area tonight, and maybe the greatest football game. So you get all psyched up all week long, and then it's your big rival also. Good punt by Kevin Patterson. Fumble! And naturally the white jerseys say it's Blue Devil ball. The orange jerseys say it's Hart County ball. Okay, changing formations here. We'll be back in just a moment with more football on High School Football TV 32.
Hi, I'm Greg Moore of Mitchell Pontiac and GMC Trucks, located here on Highway 441 South in Cornelia, Georgia. Our 89 models are coming in, so our 88 models must go. So come see Daryl, Michael, Bob, James, or Jim to get your best prices in Cornelia, Georgia. So before you buy any place else, come see me and my staff here at Mitchell, Pontiac, and GMC Trucks, located on Highway 441 South in Cornelia, Georgia.
Rollin', 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 rollin'.
The trucks are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over Northeast Georgia and the Western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the trucks rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Mize Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
Rollin', rollin'.
You said you wanted a sensible car that didn't offend your sensibilities. You said you wanted a roomy car that didn't take up lots of room. You said you wanted an affordable car that still afforded you luxury.
Well, here it is, the new Eagle Summit, your practical car, priced practically perfect. Check out the Jeep and Eagle lines now.
Hayes says our selection of Chrysler products is the largest in Northeast Georgia at Hayes Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle. From the small subcompacts to RVs to luxury cars, come to Hayes Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle, located just off 985 at Oakwood.
Let's work together to bring hope and inspiration to others.
What a difference you've made in my life. What a difference you've made in my life. You're my
making a contribution and saying yes to someone in need today, you can make all the difference in the world. United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
What a difference you made in my life.
On November 7th, I'll be exercising my right to be a champ. On November 8th, you can be a champ too. Get out and vote.
If you have any questions, contact your local League of Women Voters.
Well, so far we've had a defensive struggle here tonight and a punting battle, you might say. I shouldn't say a defensive struggle. I should say a defensive battle, because they certainly haven't been struggling. But both teams have played conservatively so far, except for the opening game passing situation. And it's been just what we thought it would be. And now we have another flag. Looks like this will be a dead ball situation, which would still make it first down, but it'd be 1st and 15.
A lot of mistakes so far as far as penalties.
Well, I think what you said is so true, Ken. You know, these young men have heard so much about the game all week, and you're just anxious to do well. And that's what we used to credit it to. You know, if a defensive lineman jumped offside, we just said he was anxious.
That's right.
And if the offensive lineman lined up offside, he's just a little bit anxious. And, you know, we talked about the much heralded Hart County Bulldog defense, but I can certainly say this. Ken, likewise, the Blue Devil defense has been very, very equal to the task likewise tonight.
They've done a good job so far.
Well, they have good-looking people up there. They run to the ball well. They're good and strong, physically. And I was talking to Coach Larry Black when we had Habersham Central, and he said Elbert County was one of the most physical teams, that they had played, all year. That was a fine ball game between them. Spezio Stowers is outside, and he dances and dodges.
Spezio was able to cut around the corner and get a few yards on that play.
Well, they're standing around the fence. They're standing wherever they can find a place to stand, and I know that Hart County is certainly excited about having their new stands across the way, because it would not have held them otherwise, Ken, had they had their old stands, and it certainly has added a lot to this stadium, to have, new stands on the visitor side. Okay, so big down situation right here with 3rd down and 9 for the Hart County Bulldogs.
Intercepted by Brian Porter. He's got the sideline wide open. Brian Porter may score. He cut back across. He's going to go into the end zone. Brian Porter with a touchdown, intercepting it on the 45-yard line.
Flags on the play.
Great play by number 37 for the Elbert County Blue Devils. Brian Porter, staying in his deep zone, made the interception. Looks like this one may come back, but tremendous break on the ball by Brian Porter. Fantastic job of going down the sideline, cutting back across the grain, and going to be a heartbreaker for Brian Porter. Looks like we're going to have an illegal block below the waist. Elbert County will retain the football, though, but what a play by Brian Porter.
A beautiful catch and a good run by Porter. And an interesting note here, Coach, in Hart County's win last week over Gainesville, they had no turnovers, and already tonight they've committed 1 interception.
And that's all important, but this will give Elbert County, the football. Those kind of things happen, of course. You see that your teammate has intercepted the ball, and you're anxious to block for him. But, boy, what a fantastic play by the young man. And I tell you what, Ken, he showed some college potential then. Broke on the ball real well from his cornerback position, found some blockers, got down the sideline, and cut back across. Nevertheless, he has to have some praise because he did make the interception, and it does give the Elbert County offense the football in excellent field position, Ken.
Defensive end position, playing contain and stopping Bear Calhoun for a loss. Great job by David Donald. Now this shows you the character of the defense, realizing that the offense had the ball, had a little momentum, had made Elbert County give up the football. Then they turned right around and made a big-time play. Elbert County's defense did with the interception. Then Hart County defense retaliates and comes back with another big defensive play of their own, making it second and looks like about 14. Boom! Big time play! Woo!
That's Stacy Jones.
Lightning! Ken, go ahead. Big hit.
Big hit, Coach. That's right.
What a play. Woo! I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that's not any place for children down there because that was a big league play then. What a play. Man.
They're going to mark off some yardage now, it looks like, against Elbert.
That might be one of the hardest licks that I have seen this year. It's amazing to me. Bear Calhoun is a tough little duster.
Yeah.
To get back up off of that lick, I'm impressed with Bear Calhoun's toughness. What a lick. You could hear it from the crowd. It had to be picked up on the audio. Woo! So second down for the Elbert County offense.
Only 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and we have rapidly gone through this first quarter.
Second and 25. And it's intercepted by Stacy Jones, and he may get in the end zone. Stacy Jones, Lightning, made the intercept, ran it back to the 20-yard line, and had it not been for Ricky the Horse Harrison, he might have got that in the end zone, Ken.
I tell you what, let's give credit to Stan Sayer and Mike Roebuck. They put the pressure on the quarterback for Elbert County, Barry Calhoun, and made that interception.
Certainly, he had a lot of people hanging around him, and he's trying to hit the man in the flats out there, had the interception. So Hart County now, opportunistic also. This gives them a chance to come right back. In the ball game for Hart County, number 13, Tony Rucker. Along with Tim Johnson, the fine running back. First and 10.
Flag on the play.
What is this? Flag football?
A lot of laundry on the field so far tonight, Coach.
I like that, Ken. I like that. A lot of laundry on the field. Boy, massive penalties on both sides of the ball, Ken, for Hart County and for Elbert County tonight. Nothing major, but offsides, encroachment, thing like that. Just a little 5-yard aggravating, hassling penalties, the things that, and it makes it a different call. You don't want to make those kind of mistakes. Once again, let's attribute it to them all being excited. Well, initial credit goes there to number 34 for the Elbert County defense, Russell Artister. Lightning, he moved very, very rapidly then. We're at the end of the first quarter, and it's 0 for Hart County and 0 for Blue Devils. We'll be back in just a moment with more high school football on TV 32.
Welcome to the Wilkinson Center. A person Personal Care Center for Senior Adults located on the grounds of Stevens County Hospital in Toccoa, Georgia. At the Wilkinson Center, there is no entrance fee, no lease. One monthly fee includes all services and amenities such as housekeeping, cable TV, utilities, and 3 meals daily. Live life to its fullest in your own apartment without risking your life savings. For more information on the Wilkinson Center, call 404-886-2977.
Billy Kane says to close out 88. All remaining 88 models of new cars and trucks must go at some price. Whether at Billy Kane's price or your price, make Billy an offer, you'll be surprised. He's selling every 88 car and truck at unbelievable prices. You've heard all the new car hype before. Don't you get tired of it? Billy Kane gives you his lowest price first. Then he gives you the most for your car and helps you get the lowest interest rate. All these things are the reason the bottom line is always lower. At Billy Kane Ford off the Maysville Road, Commerce.
Fall Festival of Values now at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia. Great news from GM about cash rebates on selected cars and trucks. For example, get $750 back on 88 and 89 Chevrolet Caprice, $500 back on all S10 pickups, and up to $600 back on S10 four-wheel drive Blazers. Get up to $1,000 rebate on selected 88 and 89 Oldsmobiles. Remember, at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia, we will not be undersold. No one knows your GM car or truck better. No one.
We're starting into the second quarter here, and it's been just what we thought it would be, a defensive battle from the onset. A lot of hard hitting, great football game. Right now, Hart County has the best field position of the night after the interception by Stacy Jones running it back in there, and his second down.
Even though we've had all the penalties so far, it's still an exciting game. A lot of folks here at the stadium and enjoying this one.
It's 2nd and 10 for Hart County. Spezio Stowers directing the attack. Giving off to David Donald. Picking up about 5 yards on that. Got hit at the line of scrimmage, but then fought for some extra yardage, and his third down. And looks like his third down and about 6. And this will be an interesting call here, Ken, because the ball rests on the 16-yard line.
Certainly, they don't want to make some kind of mistake and turn the ball over. If nothing else, try a field goal here.
And we've got another penalty. And delay of game, used too much time in getting the play off.
Well, this will make it about 3rd and 11 yards to go, and I think Coach Bobby Pate will probably keep it conservative here.
Well, I think so, but I'm sure that both of these times will settle down a lot, in the second half. Ricky Harris now in at linebacker for Elbert County. Along with Kevin Patterson in there at defensive tackle.
Big time play.
Thunder.
Big Thunder was in there then.
Tyrone Huff.
Fine play then by Tyrone Huff. Thunder.
And we've got a man down on the field.
Well, you certainly have got to honor Spezio Stowers because he's so capable of breaking it. He has such great broken field adeptness. Maybe just an ankle or something. Coming up somewhat under his own power. Perhaps he's just stunned a little bit. third down situation for Elbert County.
They're going to punt it.
Fourth down. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. It was fourth down.
Elbert County's late getting a man back to receive.
Cujo to punt. And he got off a good one.
Another flag.
Looked like they might have come in there with maybe a late hit. Well, it's such an intense rivalry, you know, between these two teams, and then both of them realize so much is, you know, weighing on this game that, you know, you're bound to have a lot of anxious moments.
Really, Elbert County is almost against the wall here tonight. They just about have to have this sub-region win. They lost 3 weeks ago to Stevens County in overtime via the penetration rule down at Elberton by the score of 15-14. So Elbert County, they have one sub-region loss, whereas Hart County does not have a sub-region loss yet, but they've got to play Stevens County on down the road. So it's important for both teams, but it's unlikely that a team with 2 sub-region losses would make it into the playoffs.
Certainly, you know, that is true. And then, you know, they have some other teams to contend with. Franklin County certainly has the potential. I've seen them play, you know, on several occasions this year, and they have the speed that always makes them a threat to score. And in a close ball game, you know, that spells, you know, some difference sometimes, and it keeps you on pins and needles. Madison County, by the same token, Ken, when they have everybody well, they have a lot of great athletes on that team, and on a given night, anybody can get, you know, can beat anybody. And if you aren't playing your best, so anything could happen, but we're just going on what teams have indicated, you know, thus far. So Elbert County now back to the attack. Slowed up by number 88, Tony Cujo. And then coming in for the stop, number 40 for the Hart County Bulldogs, Stephen Smith. 179-pound sophomore. So it's for a loss. So now Elbert County coming out on the Barry Calhoun, and in fullback and running back for Elbert County is Lewis Walker, along with Ricky Harris.
Great defensive play.
Yes, sir, Ray. Yes, sir, Ray. I'm telling you what, there are some strong young men out there in the orange and some strong young men out there in the white and in the gray. Jamal Hopper. My man, Mr. Hustle. Now third down and 9 for the Elbert County Blue Devil offense. Excellent job then by Kenny Perlot. And the fans are getting involved on every play and cheering the team on. And Ken, this is what high school football is all about. We've said many, many times, for $3 or $4, this is the best entertainment to watch your local athletic team play.
Fourth down situation now.
Fine job then by Kenny Perlot. Looked like he was going to be stopped. 145-pound sophomore coming in at the range. We had said many, many times in a struggle and a battle that's this intense, Ken, is the team that makes the fewest mistakes that would probably, you know, win the football game. But both teams tonight, don't know exactly the stats, but it would appear that both teams have had their share of mistakes. And I would say at this point, without really knowing what the official stats are, they about balanced out. Wouldn't you say so from your observation, Ken?
Yeah, a couple of turnovers in the game, but
penalty-wise,
right.
Patterson in punt formation for the Elbert County Blue Devils. He gets off a very, very nice punt. Jamal Hopper, fumble! Looks like Elbert County is going to come up with it. And that makes it a good offensive play.
Coming up with the ball was number 77. I don't have him on my card here, Coach. Let's see.
They tricked us, didn't they, Ken? Okay, now, so fine situation for the Elbert County Blue Devils. Kevin Perlott coming in. Then Kenny Perlott.
Stacey Jones had to run him out of bounds over there at about the 46-yard line.
Young man's a sophomore, I believe, according to our program here. He almost got a first down there on the 3rd down and 9 situation, and looked very, very good coming out. Then looked like it was an option pass or run. So 2nd down and 3 for the Blue Devil offense. And remember, one of their weapons is Jeff Bronner. And they'll be trying to get him the football. And boy, they have some good-looking people in the silver and white. 2 good-looking football teams here. Jeff Brunner, and just incomplete. Covered by Earl Fausch. Earl Fausch is leading the Hart County secondary. 6 foot, 165 pounds, has 5 interceptions on the year. They feel like that Earl Fausch may be college material. Does an excellent job of playing safety back there, roaming center field, so to speak, recovering his territory.
Last week against Gainesville, Fausch had 9 tackles, and he graded 99% from his defensive position.
Outstanding. Ricky Harris, and the horse is outside. Picking his way down the sideline, and a first down for the Elbert County Blue Devil offense. Ricky Harris lumbering down the field. 220 pounds.
Earl Fausch had to run him out of bounds over there, and it's the first down.
And Elbert County, this is about the most offensive thrust we have seen them mount, thus far in the game, with about 7 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Simple dive play right up the middle then. On the stop for Hart County, Stan Sayer, along with John Malden, Stacey Jones, Robert Martin. The 2nd down and looks like about 8 from here. They're working from their 32-yard line, from the Hart County 32-yard line, with Bronner at the wide receiver. The defense, Tony Cujo, along the big 90 for the Hart County.
Roebuck.
Mike Roebuck.
David Donald was also in there to apply some pressure and made him go up in the pocket.
Excellent point. He came from his defensive end position. He had some contain responsibilities and rush responsibilities then, giving Mike Roebuck time to come in. And I was about to say, honestly, Ken, it's about time for the heralded defense to make a big play, and sure enough, they did.
David Donald. Third down situation. The defense was equal to the task. David Donald come up and did an excellent job along with Mike Fellows on that side.
Once again, David making a big play, 2 plays in a row there. He contained him from going around the corner and forced him to the inside.
He's having a good football game. Watch him, you know, since the young man was a freshman, you know, when Coach Bobby Pate came here to Hart County and started his rebuilding program, and this young man has come a million miles, and he's a really good football player.
Coach Bobby Pate will have to say goodbye to Dave because he's a senior this year.
He's going to say goodbye to a lot of seniors. Kevin Patterson punting for the Coffin corner. And looked like they were going to be able to down it down there on about the 2-yard line. That's we changing possession here, and we'll be back in just a moment with more football on High School Football TV 32.
Compare the Subaru Justy to the Hyundai XL, and you'll be surprised. The Subaru Justy's unique engine gets you from 0 to 60 nearly 5 full seconds faster than the XL. That's performance. Subaru Justy has a shorter stopping distance, 35 feet shorter. Justy has something else the Hyundai doesn't offer: Subaru's long record of durability and reliability. So if you're in the market for a car, check out Subaru Justy. Now from $58.66. Yes, from $58.66.
Test drive one today at Phil Hughes Subaru, Atlanta Highway, Athens, Georgia.
Oh, hello. WESC FM 92 is having another original birthday giveaway. Sister and I've decided we're going to help congratulate all the winners by sending them a cupcake. And with so many winners every day, we baked a bunch of cupcakes. There are more winners on WESC FM 92 than anywhere else. Sister, I'm going to light the candles now. Can you send 5 through the mail? WESC FM 92 in the original birthday giveaway. Be sweet. Sister, where are my goggles?
Bagley Mobile Homes, just off Highway 29 North Bypass, next door to Reliance Electric in Athens, Georgia, offers you the affordable American dream of home ownership. We carry a complete line of 2- and 3-bedroom manufactured homes. We take the hassle out of financing for you. Come by and see our sales staff or see me, Hal Bagley. And remember, a deed down is all you need at Bagley Mobile Homes, Highway 29 on the North Bypass, Athens, Georgia.
America's finest lineup of cars and trucks, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford trucks, all available at Claude Ray Ford Sales. Prices are competitive. So whether it's a mini, compact, luxurious, or sporty, see Mr. Claude and find out how much quality you'll get for such a reasonable price on your choice of a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury. Service after the sale and dependability are Mr. Claude's motto. See Claude Ray Ford, Lincoln, Mercury on Elbert Street in Elberton, Georgia.
Well, Perry, what's the occasion? To the best of my knowledge, there's nothing pending between us? No. Social call? I don't know exactly what kind of a call it is, Hamilton. Well, maybe between us we can figure it out.
Yes, Judith called me that night. About 8:20, I think it was.
And what did you do?
Well, she was going to the police. But I told her she should consult a lawyer first.
Oh, a lawyer, eh?
Perry Mason, weekday mornings at 11.
WNEG TV, 32 for you.
Okay, now Hart County, the defense having stopped Elbert County. It looked like Elbert County was going to be in business there, but the defense came through. And Sonny Spurlock in at quarterback for the Hart County offense. Tim Johnson with the ball, breaking outside. Big 44 for Elbert County coming across with a stop. Ryan Huff seeing some action in there from defensive side of the football. Sonny Spurlock coming in at quarterback. Certainly hopes Spezio Styles, fine athlete. Great basketball player, tremendous football player. Shaking up some, maybe having had a turned ankle or something of that nature. Don't know his status right now. But on the sideline, he appears to be trying to move a little bit. So second down and about 10 again. Under the direction of Sonny Spurlock. And the Elbert County defense once again. Chad Blackman, 145-pound junior, leading the attack. So third down, 10. It takes a little change when you change quarterbacks to get used to a different sounding voice and a different cadence. And the draw play. And good job then by Big 34 for Elbert County snuffing out. The linebackers really have to stay home, and Russell Arterstedt certainly did a great job then. Lightning, Russell Arterstedt. So Tony Cooey back in punt formation. The Blue Devils will get the football in excellent field position here. Once again, the Elbert County Blue Devils taking the ball. They will be on the Hart County about the 37-yard line. So the defense once again has, both defensive kin have been on the field a lot tonight. You know, I don't know how many times we punted here in the first half by both teams, but man, it's been a lot, hasn't it?
The offenses can't seem to gel and put things together. Maybe Elbert County can do something this time.
Okay, Barry Calhoun back in directing the Elbert County attack. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. And Ricky the Horse Harris, he breaks back across. And boy, when he gets up at speed, it makes it tough. Oh, that's a tremendous gain on first down. Fine block over then by Jeff Bronner. You know, on Robert Martin, the linebacker then, and Ricky Harris carried it down. And it's second down, and
you know, I would hate to hit Ricky Harris when he gets up all that speed, but Stacy Jones and Earl Fouch put their head in there and slowed him down.
We have a timeout on the field. Coach Charles Webb having a talk. Well, that's a good-looking running play then for the Elbert County offense. Barry Calhoun coming back in, leading the attack. And you have to know from the defensive side of the football that Elbert County with Ricky Harris and Jeff Bronner, they're certainly capable of the big play. They have the big play potential, and they can make the big play on you. So you stay on pins and needles from that side of from that standpoint.
Well, certainly Barry Calhoun and Jeff Bronner, they are capable of connecting at any time, as they did 3 weeks ago against Stevens County, the #1 rated team in the state in Class AAA, and Elbert County pushed them to the wire. They had to go into overtime, and Stevens County won via the penetration rule in overtime, 15-14. So certainly Elbert County has a very, very good football team, as well as Hart County tonight. That's what makes this game such a great one tonight.
It surely does. And it seems like some more people have filtered in. Maybe they were waiting later to come in, thinking maybe the crowd would have already gotten here. Fine shot of the crowd there by our man, Big John Kerr, on the sideline. Coach Webb still talking to the officials over there about something that concerns him.
Last week, Elbert County was idle. They did not have a game, so that enabled the Blue Devils to get some folks healed up and, in essence, to have an extra week to prepare for this game, because Hart County last week had to play Gainesville, in which they won, but they were able to get some folks healed up and rest up for this game this week.
You never know how an off week is going to affect you. However, when you do have people that are bruised and battered a little bit, it's certainly bound to be of valuable assistance to you. The consultation, the debate, the seminar that's going on over there with Coach Webb and Mr. Roebuck, Mr. George Bullock, excuse me, is going on. So it's a major concern because this dialogue has gone on for about 2 or 3 minutes now, Kent.
We may never know.
So with 2:45 to go here in the second period, we haven't accomplished anything thus far.
No score
other
yet.
than exciting to be here, isn't it?
It really is. This is, as you said earlier, is what high school football is all about.
And these fans have really stayed in it, you know, from the word go. And this is second down and short yardage. Bronner split out wide. Bear Calhoun looking for Bronner in the end zone and almost intercepted. Tremendous coverage then by Elbert County. Like Russell Blackwell, number 16, all the way against the much heralded Jeff Bronner. And it was anybody's football then.
You know, Russell Blackwell comes in at 5 feet 9 inches, and Jeff Browner comes at 6 feet 3 inches. But Blackwell played it very well.
Tremendous defensive play. That's a tough place to play back there because when you make a mistake, everybody knows.
No hiding.
Ricky Harris, he's on the outside, and David Donald and the host of Hart County. You know what? Ken, that's amazing. Do you realize that all 11 orange jerseys were around the football then?
That's what you call defensive pursuit.
Looks like they're going to come in and measure. We've got a timeout, and from here, let's see what our man John Kerr on the sideline has picked up for us. Good shot there by John. Need to get Big David Donald to let us have a shot right there. Thank you, David. It's going to be close. And there it is. Yes. By nose. So one of the few first downs that either team has enjoyed tonight. This keeps the Elbert County drive alive.
Stacy Jones came out on that last play after making the hit, and into the game is Stephen Smith.
You know, with people like Jeff Bronner and Ricky Harris, man, I'd be worried to death on the defensive side of the football because they're so capable of making, you know, the big play. And let's watch it here. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Ricky Harris breaks outside and runs over a few. Whew, what a running back.
Stephen Smith was in on that play, and Stephen is just a freshman, 185-pound freshman playing in that linebacker position for Hart County.
Hart County does an excellent job of rotating them big men to give them some rest in there with Mike Fellows, along with Tony Cooey. Jeff Rucker and Jamal Hopper back in at cornerback. Our man, Mr. Hustle. Ricky Harris on the keep. And we're going to have a penalty here. Once again.
Spooner Phillips tripped him up as he was going down to about the 11-yard line, but a penalty on the play. Tony Cooey coming back into the game. Cujo. How did he get that name, Coach?
I don't know. He's a good football player. I'd just call him whatever he wanted to be called. He's so big. Coach Terry Ramsey talking to his defensive charges out there. There's John Alexander shouting to his linebackers and to his defense. Calhoun back to throw.
And he's looking for Bronner in the end zone.
Good play.
And Earl Fouts once again showed why he is such an excellent safety, Barrow Calhoun. And, you know, I like the call. Why not? You got a big-time receiver in Jeff Bronner. And we're down to third down and approximately 9.
Time's running out in the second quarter. We're down to minute 48.
I think it's important right here, certainly, you know, the Elbert County, they want to try to get something on the board. And I noticed, you know, Kevin Patterson, Wesley Brown, kicking, you know, extra point, kicking field goals before the game in warm-up, and he's capable of kicking it from here. So, you know, we may see something right here.
The horse.
And he's going to be close down there to that goal line. I was talking to Coach Jeff Davis from Franklin County, and he witnessed the football extravaganza, I guess you would say, between Elbert County and Stevens County. And he told me, he said, Max says, I just couldn't believe I was watching high school young men play that game. He said both of those teams were so big, and he certainly had the most respect for them. What a play. Good shot there by John Kerr. It's going to be fourth down. And Elbert County appears to be going for it here. Their offense is saying, let's go. The Elbert County fans saying, let's go. The Hart County fans are saying, let's stop them. Look at both sides. What a shot. Listen to that crowd. Fourth down in a very, very short one. I'm going to say 32 inches from here. You watch it. Here it is. I don't know. We've got another flag we're going to see here.
Cujo Tony Cooey says that they did not make it. Let's see.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask penalty. That's what the preliminary indication is. That's what it is.
Face mask against Hart County, well, that would give them a first down.
Yes, it would.
And that would put it down close to the 10. Would they mark it off halfway to the goal line?
Half the distance. With 1:31 to go here. Mike Roebuck back in the ball game on defense for Hart County. And there seems to be some misunderstanding. You realize it's taken almost an hour to play this half with so many flags and incomplete passes? So that's going to make a first down situation. Okay, so right now we'll see what we have going. It'll be first down for Elbert County, and they're lined up on about. Now we have, this is kind of interesting here now. We have a first down on a live ball, and an unsportsmanlike conduct, I would believe what it's going to be. Dead ball foul, personal foul. So that's going to make it first and goal from. You had a live ball, dead ball foul. What you had a face mask penalty against Hart County, and now you had a dead ball foul, a personal foul against Elbert County. So it's going to be first and goal for Elbert County
on the 24-yard line.
This ball game has got everything.
Yes.
Boy, he ran like a horse, didn't he? Boy, what a fine-looking running back.
Earl Fouch had to run him out of bounds over there, but they gained a large chunk of that yardage back just then.
As a matter of fact, he put them right back where they would have had the ball anyway on the first down situation. A second and goal. They give it to him again, and he breaks outside, and just a host of Hart County people over there around him then.
.4 left to go in the game in the first half. I'm speeding this game along, Coach.
He might have gotten, you know, maybe a couple yards. Hart County calling defense. And, boy, this is big right here. Third down and goal with 1:04 to go here in the first half. And now you go to what the scouting report tells you that they do in this situation. You've studied your films all week long, and you pull out your computer, Ken, and say, in third down, what have they done in the past?
Well, I don't know what they're going to do now, but I tell you what, Ricky the Horse Harris has done it quite a bit tonight. In fact, Coach, he's made 798 yards on the season. He scored 10 touchdowns so far this year, and that is second in the area on the number of total yardage. So he can do the job.
He certainly can. And Ken, you and I aren't betting men because we don't have enough money to bet. But I would say that Mr. Bronner or Mr. Harris 1 is going to touch the football in this situation. Now, they might turn right around and trick us. But certainly, you know, he's given it to Harris, you know, 2 straight times, and Harris has been equal to task. And this is a big, big down right here. It's going to be interesting on third and goal if they don't get the touchdown here, if they elect to go for a field goal. Coach Bobby Fate, Coach Terry Ramsey, Coach John Alexander having talked to the defensive troops. Here it is. And it's Ricky Harris. He's outside. And big play by Earl Fouch.
Good play by Fouch, pulling him down at about the 3-yard line.
And he was hunting that goal line, so it's going to be, looks like about fourth. Looks like fourth and goal. 39 seconds to go. And looks like they're going to watch the clock.
Yeah, they're going to let it tick down as far as they can.
Coach Charles Webb using the clock very, very wisely then. They'll be talking it over with their offensive coaches to decide their strategy here with 17 seconds. We're coming up on halftime, and stay tuned for the fine performance of the Elbert County Blue Devil Marching Band and the Hart County award-winning high school marching band. We'll have it for you right here at halftime on TV 32. Well, it's come down to this one play this half. Ken, they have fought and fought valiantly, you know, this whole first half. And it appears that they may be going for the field goal here.
The ball's on the 3-yard line with only 17 seconds left to go in this first half. And I think that's probably the safest decision.
Going to line up in the shoestring position.
Kenny Perlott, the backup quarterback, will be attempting the field goal.
And Hart County is calling timeout. They want him to have time to think about it and put the ice on him.
Does he have ice in his veins?
And he's got his kicking shoe on, and Kenny Perlott.
A big defensive struggle here in the first half. It's taken the team's offenses a while to gel and get things together.
And Coach Terry Ramsey's going out for one last-minute instruction, talking to Coach Alexander and Coach Pate. And they have studied the opponent, you know, very, very tediously and very, very intensely all week. And certainly, you know, this young man is very, very capable. And, you know, the defense has been so strong. You know, this is a good play, a good call right here, I think, to go for the field goal because, you know, you fought valiant the whole first half and you want to come away with something here. And because the defense has played so well against you, even though this last drive, Elbert County's looked real, real good. I think a good decision, you know, to go for the field goal here. We'll watch it and see. And it's good. Still, though, the Hart County offense has not yielded but one touchdown all year. With 14 seconds to go in the second quarter of this fine AAA East high school football game between Elbert County under Coach Charles Webb and Hart County under Coach Bobby Pate. Elbert County goes on top, 3-0 with 14 seconds to go.
The Hart County defense has only given up an average of 3 points per game, so if they're going to keep that up, they'll have to shut out Elbert County the second half.
That's right. Elbert County is not allowed anymore then, right, because they've been averaging 3 points a game, so they're not allowed anymore.
According to the stats.
And they put the ball on the ground wisely so as not to kick it to them and give them a chance to run it back. And, boy, we've got a classic here. Officials trying to get the team back inside their players' box respectfully.
Of your bill up to 1 year, we invite you to come down to Memory Mobile Homes and take a look at this latest invention in mobile homes.
Fall Festival of Values now at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia. Great news from GM about cash rebates on selected cars and trucks. For example, get $750 back on 88 and 89 Chevrolet Caprice, $500 back on all S10 pickups, and up to $600 back on S10 four-wheel drive Blazers. Get up to $1,000 rebate on selected 88 and 89 Oldsmobiles. Remember, at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia, we will not be undersold. No one knows your GM car or truck better, no one.
Some of today's biggest celebrities are liars, and we got them.
This, believe it or not, as shallow as it may be, is a spittoon.
It's Elton John's hairnet.
Catch your favorite stars in fabulous fibs.
She's close. It's actually my old hairbrush.
I'm your host, Eric Boardman, inviting you to join the club, the New Liars Club, the game show that's unbelievably funny.
I like this one.
Watch the New Liars Club right here on Channel 32.
heard all the good deals, big rebates and tiny finance rates. 88 clearance sales promise. Only problem is, do you really want to buy what they're selling? Then come to Minish Pontiac Buick. We've got the car you really want. The sporty good looks of the one and only Pontiac Grand Prix, 88 clearance price. With the options you're looking for and lots of nice colors too. The prices at Minish Pontiac Buick have never been better, and our incentives are as good as anybody's. So come to Minish and get the deal you want on the car you really want. Minish Pontiac Buick, 4735 Atlanta Highway.
What children learn stays with them throughout life. Here at Sunlight Christian Bookstore, we believe in surrounding kids with good, positive books and music and all kind of other materials. Sunlight Christian Bookstore can help your child keep smiling by experiencing Christian videos that teach and entertain, by playing with toys that help produce a positive mental attitude. Sunlight Christian Bookstore wants your entire family to think on the good things. Sunlight Christian Bookstore, Habersham Village Shopping Center, Cornelia, Georgia. Right?
How about a nice, boring investment that pays you plenty and with no risk? One that's FSLIC insured and backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. Rest easily with a savings investment. It's safe, sure, and secure, and it's yours at Stevens Federal Savings and Loan, Toccoa and Clayton. Stevens Federal, member FSLIC.
The price of buying a new Chevy truck just went down. $500 cash back from Chevrolet and your Piedmont Chevy dealers means you could drive home a rugged S10 pickup for about $138 a month. $138 a month, and that's with no down payment. Even $500 cash back on S10 pickups with a 4.3-liter engine. Get $600 cash back on 4x4 S10 Blazers. See your nearest Piedmont Chevy dealer today, while you can still get S10 pickups for $138 a month. No down payment.
Cover for me, Clark. I've got a doctor's appointment.
Gee, Lois, I'd say you're in perfect shape.
I don't know my number.
I do. It's 555.
My blood cholesterol number, Clark. If it's high, I could be risking a heart attack. Say, do you know your number?
Lois, I didn't know you cared. But I know you don't have to be Superman to lower it.
Lucky for you.
Like Superman, you need to know your...
We're back at Herndon Stadium after a fine performance by Elbert County Blue Devil Marching Band along with the Hart County Marching Band. Excellent performances by both of those high school marching bands. It's 3-0 here in Herndon Stadium. The Elbert County Blue Devils having a very, very fine drive right toward the end of the first half, and it's 3-0. Still, the fine Hart County defense has not yielded a touchdown. Had some trouble getting things going offensively, as did the Elbert County offense the first half, but nevertheless, Elbert County was able to attain 3 points. And Ken, that 3 points made loom very, very big, as tight of a defensive battle as this has been.
If the defensive teams continue to play like they've been, that could be all the scoring, but let's hope for the fans we have some more scoring in the second half.
Okay, Shane Bowers will be kicking off for Hart County.
Donald Bolton with a fair catch, it looked like.
What they didn't want to do was kick it deep to Jeff Bronner, and good coaching on their part, because they certainly have an excellent defensive team, and they wanted Elbert County to not have a chance to run back. How about those stats for the first half, courtesy of Doc Ayers, statistician for Hart County?
In the stats in the first down department, Hart County had 2, Elbert County had 6. And the rushing department, Hart County had 13 for 11 yards, and Elbert County 24 attempts for 80 yards.
Okay. And giving it to Ricky Harris.
Ricky Harris had the bulk of the rushing for Elbert County in the first half. Out of those 80 yards, he had 73 yards. He's the leading rusher in the game. Hart County, 3 attempts with 2 completions in the passing department, 1 interception. And Elbert County made 5 attempts on the pass, no completions and 1 interceptions. And total yards at Hart County 21, Elbert County 80 yards.
Okay, Elbert County with a fine first play drive. And Ricky Harris with the ball once again. Stopped in there on defense. Stan Sayer making the tackle for the Bulldogs.
One more stat I want to point out. We had a lot of penalties in the first half. Hart County had 3 penalties for 23 yards. Elbert County had 8 penalties for 64 yards.
It seemed like it was much more than that. It seemed like it was 583 for both teams. Ricky Harris carrying the ball. First down. And they've given it to him, Ken, 3 straight times, and he has responded 3 straight times. So Elbert County with their first down of the second half.
Once again, that freshman linebacker, Stephen Smith, in there on the tackle, along with Earl Fouch.
He certainly is getting some very, very valuable experience as a freshman to come in and play. And they give it to Ricky Harris again, and he bulls his way for about 5 yards, tackled by a host of Hart County Bulldogs. They are really, really tough up front. We did get the word that we do think Spezio Stowers will play in the second half after sustaining an ankle injury in the first half. Robert Martin in the ball game for Hart County, along with Mike Roebuck. Mike Fellows in at defensive tackle, giving Tony Cooey a spell. So second down, and about 6 for Elbert County. And just a little anxious from the offensive side of the football. They've been moving it so well. An offside penalty.
Just when you think Elbert County is going to put together a drive and get things jailed together on the offense, they make a penalty. So that'll bring up a second down and about 11.
Well, they showed some consistency on the drive. It was a 15-play drive that they had the football. And I think the statistician said of those 15 plays, I think Ricky Harris touched the ball 12 times, in that, or 9 times in that drive. And he just carries them and carries them and carries them. He got hit up here after about a 2-yard gain and just real strong running. Oh, what a tremendous runner.
Russell Blackwell had the first hit on him, but then the horse just keeps on trucking.
He really does. Third down, big down right here for Elbert County to keep this drive going. Under the leadership, Field General Barry Calhoun. Ricky Harris once again with the football.
Spooner Phillips in on the tackle there for Hart County defense.
Looks like this one's going to be close. Going to take out time for a measurement. We'll get a shot of it here. Well, so far here in the second half, Ken, Elbert County came out. Hart County kicked off to them. Fair caught the ball on the kickoff. Took it at about the 40-yard line, and it's been Ricky Harris, Ricky Harris, Ricky Harris, Ricky Harris, and Ricky Harris. And then they changed and went Ricky Harris.
He's the bread and butter, isn't he?
So fourth down in this situation, and Elbert County, I think they want to gain some momentum here with a 3-0 lead here in the third quarter of this high school classic right here at Herndon Stadium. Fourth down and a short one. And Barry Calhoun carries it over. And quarterback sneak, got in behind those big offensive linemen then. Great job up front by Bill Boswell, Jay Hunt, Shannon Johnson, and Dana Frost. As much as fine a runner as Ricky Harris is, they have really done a good job of sustaining their blocks up there on the defensive side against this fine, defensive line of Hart County. Once again, Ricky Harris with the football.
Robert Martin leading the tackles for Hart County from his linebacker position. Boy, they really swarmed the ball.
And they seem also to be working on the left-hand side of their offensive line, getting in behind Eric Johnson, Shannon Johnson, Bill Boswell, on that side, and then they come back to the other side behind Jay Hunt, Dana Frost, and Lamar Turman, to keep you honest. Second down, good yardage in by Ricky Harris on first down. And we've got a flag situation. I believe this one is our first of the second half. Am I not correct?
The second penalty, I believe.
Illegal procedure. So Elbert County being assessed the penalty here. Make it second down and about 10. Well, it's a tremendous challenge up front, by Elbert County with their people to challenge, and they've heard so much about the fine defensive line and the fine defensive group that Hart County has. Tremendous challenge by them to go up there and do task with such a fine defensive football team. Ricky Harris with the ball once again. And Robert Martin making a hit over there along with Jeff Rucker. And the flag goes down. And in the area that's thrown in, oftentimes that will mean a holding penalty. And that's the preliminary indication here. And I would imagine that Hart County would be accepting that penalty as they want to push the Elbert County offense back further. Mike Fellows back in, rotating. Rod Burton, fine senior play. I'm impressed with a lot of these athletes on both sides of the field, Hart County and Elbert County, and not only may some of these be Division I football players, but a lot of good football talent out there, and as much small college football there is and junior college football, I imagine a lot of these young men will find a place to play and get an education. They look like they're going to Brawner. David Donald.
Big play by David Donald, pulling down Calhoun behind the line. And obviously he could not get the ball off to one of his receivers out there. Good coverage by the defense.
Certainly it was. He was looking probably for Jeff Brawner going down deep. Also had a secondary receiver then, and Donald Bolton, fine split end that they have.
Elbert County has yet to complete a pass in this game, and that's a credit to the Hart County defense, because that is a potent combination from Calhoun to Brawner, and they haven't been able to connect yet tonight.
Ricky Harris being stopped. Running the draw play, good call. Third down, and not being successful, as you mentioned on the other passing situation. Third down and long yardage. So certainly to their credit, stayed home, did a fine job, and snuffed out the draw play.
Fourth down and 25, so they'll have to punt it away.
Kevin Patterson back to punt for Elbert County. An excellent punt. And Earl Fouch has got it. And we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
I was raised to appreciate good, solid American values. That's why I bought a Jeep Cherokee Sport.
Look up to Value America. Look into the new Jeep Cherokee Sport with two-wheel drive and the kind of features you'd think would double its price. Like 5-speed manual overdrive, the most powerful engine in its class, and now 770 protection. That's American value at its best. Check out the Jeep and Eagle lines now.
A.D. Hayes says, come by and see America's Choice. Hayes, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep Eagle. Get rebates up to $1,000 plus additional dealer discounts. Service after the sale at Hayes Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle, just off 985 at Oakwood.
Trucks are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over northeast Georgia and the western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the trucks rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Mize Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
But as my daddy always said, you get what you pay for. So I invested in a home that will last.
Colonial Homes, Gainesville.
Here's the Academy Award-winning theme from Top Gun. Silver Eagle Records presents the greatest instrumental hits of the decade. Hollywood hits, performed by the internationally renowned Billy Andrusco. Here's this year's Grammy winner, Somewhere Out There. You get the instrumental hit Axel F from Beverly Hills Cop, plus themes from Back to the Future, Karate Kid 2, and the hit song that topped the charts for months, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. You'll love Hollywood hits, beautifully orchestrated on 2 LPs, cassette, and compact disc. Order now, and the first 10,000 customers will receive as a free gift television hits, including Falcon Crest, Family Ties, Moonlighting, Cheers, LA Law, and more. The greatest instrumental hits of the decade. Hollywood hits and your free gift, television hits. Over 2 hours of listening pleasure on 3 LPs or 2 cassettes, just $14.95. 2 compact discs, just $16.95. Take advantage of this incredible offer. Here's how.
To order and receive your free gift, credit card customers call 1-800-592-8900. That's 1-800-592-8900. Or save COD charges and send just $14.95 for 3 albums or 2 cassettes, or $16.95 for 2 compact discs, plus $3 shipping and handling to Hollywood Hits, P.O. Box 907, Toccoa, Georgia.
WNEG TV, Toccoa. We're 32 for you.
Hart County's defense once again was equal to the task. Elbert County taking the opening kickoff there of the second half, marching it down deep, and then the Hart County defense. Elbert County thwarted it somewhat with a penalty. Spezio Stowers.
Pass was intended for his receiver, Darrell Rucker, and it looks like we got a flag on the play.
Looks like it appears to be defensive pass interference. Spezio Stowers somewhat lumbering, but being mobile to a certain extent.
Well, in a big game like this, you want to try your best to get back in there and play. Spezio Stowers, the starting quarterback for the Hart County Bulldogs.
Hart County was starting on about the 21-yard line then after that punt reception by Earl Fouch. So this would appear to give Hart County, certainly much, much better field position. Alan Jones in as wide receiver for Hart County. Clad in their orange. Only on special occasions do they wear all orange, and what a special occasion tonight. Spezio Stowers coming out on the option, making the pitch just at the precise time, and certainly an excellent job on that side over there by Brian Porter, along with big number 81 for Elbert County, Lamar Plummer. A second down, and looks like about 5 for Hart County from here.
Reggie Vickery back in for the Bulldogs at split in.
And he was You're talking about two active defenses, ladies and gentlemen. These defenses have really been active tonight. Came out on the quick pitch then to Tim Johnson, and the defense of Elbert County, just so active on that side. Jeff Brawner.
Wesley Brown was also in there. There's a whole host of Blue Devils to pull him down, but
both of these, defenses are just super, just super. Oh, with 3:30 to go, Elbert County still holding that very, very small 3-point lead, 3-0 with Hart County in third down. Situation on the direction of Spezio Stowers.
On the reception.
Fine reception then by Earl Fouch, coming across underneath, playing tight end. Fine, good-looking football player, and I know he's an excellent safety, but good-looking tight end, dragging across the middle. Spezio Stowers waiting, and getting time up front by his offensive lineman to give him time to throw. Rod Burton, Mike Fellows, Ian Fry, and Stuart Carter, along with John Malden. So Hart County now seems to have been able to mount a little drive here. And here is Rucker on the carry. Nothing fancy, just getting behind those offensive linemen and driving it out.
Lanier Plummer in on the tackle.
Rod Burton getting in there right behind that big offensive guard, and big Mike Fellows. John Malden, second down. Appears to be about 2nd and 6 here for the Hart County Bulldogs. And Spezio Stowers is outside. He's outside, and he's still going. Excellent job then by Elbert County fine cornerback Brian Porter to come up, because Spezio Stowers got outside then, and Ken, he had something on his mind besides going to the Dairy Queen, because boy, he did an excellent job coming out on the open option. He elected to keep it, and he's just a super athlete, and you have to stay on pins and needles, trying to get ready for him.
Well, that's about the first time, I believe, he's been able to get around the corner and to get substantial yardage.
And Brian Porter did a super job of keeping that one for going, for additional yardage. And Hart County has mounted a drive here. And that stops it in a hurry.
Jeff Browner pulling him down. Good play by Jeff.
And certainly an excellent job then by number 29 for Elbert County coming up, Tony Lee. Fantastic job of coming up in a hurry on Tim Johnson, who would not let him get outside. So second down and long yardage. Whew, what a ball game.
Down to about 1:20 left to go in the third quarter.
Cale Glaze and Tony Lee manning those safety positions. Oh, and Ryan Huff and Ryan Porter. And he's got David Donald. Spezio Stowers going back in the pocket. Boy, he's dangerous. Found David Donald, and he and David Donald have hooked up tonight for 2 pass and receiving opportunities.
Brian Porter had to trip up Donald, or he could have scored that time.
Brian Porter's having a good game tonight. He had that interception. Of course, it was called back, but had a fine interception, in the first half. Come up with 2 key situations. In Hart County, this is the finest drive that Hart County has had all night long, starting way back here on about the 21-yard line. Nothing doing up front then.
Jeff Browner pulling him down.
Kevin Patterson and Jeff Browner. That's tough running over there on that side of the football. Second down. Now both defensives have seemed to really tighten up and become extremely physical and strong down here inside the 20-yard line. So let's watch the Elbert County defense right here. Spezio Stowers is outside, and he's looking. He's got Earl Fouch. Fine reception, came right back to him once again. It hit Earl Fouch coming across the middle, and looks like it's going to be very, very close to the first down. Once again, under the field generalship, Spezio Stowers looking for Earl Fouch. Looks like, very, very close to the same play that they had, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter here. We'll take a break. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Fall Festival of Values now at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia. Great news from GM about cash rebates on selected cars and trucks. For example, get $750 back on 88 and 89 Chevrolet Caprice, $500 back on all S10 pickups, and up to $600 back on S10 four-wheel drive Blazers. Get up to $1,000 rebate on selected 88 and 89 Oldsmobiles. Remember, at Grogan Chevrolet Olds in Cornelia, we will not be undersold. No one knows your GM car or truck better. No one.
Call all your friends and tell them to come over to the Clothes Connection in Cleveland, Helen, and Clarksville for their fantastic Levi's jeans sale. Can you believe they're selling Levi's jeans for only $21.99? Plus, there are many styles to choose from. Levi's jeans are great for your favorite outdoor activity. They fit so well, and they're always in style. Every day is a sale day at the Clothes Connection, your Levi's jeans headquarters in Cleveland, Helen, and Clarksville.
The roof covers the largest single exposed area of your business or industry, providing absolute and essential protection to its contents. For a new roof or roof repair, contact John's Roofing and Sheet Metal Company, Northeast Georgia's oldest established roofing business. Built-up roofs call for professional know-how, and John's Roofing has over 30 years' experience in commercial and industrial roofing. John's Roofing also does extensive sheet metal fabrication and installation, everything from air ducts to guttering. John's Roofing and Sheet Metal Company, Toccoa, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Greg Moore of Mitchell, Pontiac, and GMC Trucks located in Cornelia, Georgia. I'm here at my used car lot on Level Grove Road. We've got used cars as low as $1,500 all the way up to $10,000. So before you go buy your next used car, come see me and Alan and Jeff and Tom and Tony for your next used car. We've got the largest selection of used cars in Northeast Georgia. So before you go buy any place else, come see us here on Level Grove Road in Cornelia, Georgia. Come on and see us.
For Energy Awareness Month, the Treasurer of the United States.
Hello, I am Catherine Ortega. As consumers and American citizens, we must use our natural resources as efficiently as possible. October is Energy Awareness Month. Please protect America's great natural resources, not only this month, but every month. Remember, energy makes America work.
Write Energy, Box 8900, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20907.
And we're back to begin the fourth quarter, and it's still a battle royal going on here at Herndon Stadium. Hart County knocking on the door. Fine pass reception then for first down from Spezio Stowers to Earl Fouch. And now they're in four-down territory on the 10-yard line. Hart County Bulldogs with this drive having started on the 21. Spezio Stowers, he's outside, and he cuts back. And he seems to have, regained his strength. He has mounted this drive and has taken him down the field, somewhat limping. But his second down, and looks like it's going to be on about the 5-yard line from here. They might be able to get a first down. I can't tell from here, but it's real, real close. Oh, man, John Kerr may be able to get us a shot down there. But it appears, Ken, that they might be able to get a first down before they got a touchdown. We can't tell here how far that stick is, from the goal line marker. But it's very, very close. Fine shot there by John Kerr. And he's looking for him in. Touchdown! Spezio Stowers in the end zone for touchdown to Reggie Vickery. He was almost brought down, released that ball just in the nick of time, found Reggie Vickery in the end zone, and Hart County goes on the scoreboard 6-3 here with 11:03 to go here in the ball game. This has been a tremendous 79-yard drive by Hart County.
A long, sustaining drive. It looks like the Hart County offense behind Spezio Stowers has come to life.
It certainly does, and boy, he did a tremendous job of getting them down the field then. Very, very timely and key plays. Now in for the most important extra point. And it looks good. And certainly it was. Extra point good by Shane Bowers, and we have a new ball game, 7-3. And Hart County now seems to, the Hart County defense, Elbert County had mounted a drive there, Ken, in the beginning of the third quarter. Hart County defense ended up being equal to the task and giving the ball back to the offense. Then the offense took that on a fine 79-yard drive. Looked excellent, excellent. Key timing, key passes, good running, and good blocking up front by those offensive linemen to allow them to get down, you know, and get it in the end zone. And most of that yardage on the drive, Ken, had been Baya, you know, the pass. So it was altogether fitting and proper that they ended it up with a pass, you know, in the end zone from Spezio Stowers, you know, to reach the victory.
Right. They had a good mix of pass and run with Spezio on keepers and Johnson, and then the pass there.
And Jeff Browner has a football, and he's broken out on the outside, and Jeff Browner may go all the way. What a great run by Jeff Browner then. He almost broke that back to the outside.
And number 42, Spooner Phillips, had to pull him down, or Browner could have been long gone.
Oh, man, he come out of that tackle, man. Looked like they had him. What a great play by Jeff. Looks like that Jeff Browner might be a little shaken up, man. Well, I think, you know, what we will see here is with the momentum has changed just a little bit. It would appear that Elbert County had the momentum in the first half going into the locker room, came out, had a good drive started, and then the defense came alive for Hart County. Hart County had a fine drive, got it in the end zone, and now this just gives your defense some motivation, realizing that they've got a lot of pride anyway. I believe Jeff Browner's fine and might just have a few cramps, nothing hurt. It'd take a lot to hurt that young man because he's a good-looking football player, isn't he?
Browner's a 6'3", 6'3", 190-pound senior. He's having a great senior year.
He really is. Boy, good-looking football player. And you know, now that another outstanding thing about him, he plays on both sides. He's a great defensive end.
Right.
You know, he's a tremendous football player. Well, 1st and 10 now for Elbert County, and now with the Hart County leading 7-3. And it's really getting intense here. Elbert County now having a chance to take the football, giving it to Ricky Harris, getting in behind those offensive linemen and running for about 3 yards. It looks like it's going to bring 2nd down and about 7 for the Elbert County offense.
Jimmy Webb comes into the game for Chad Blackman at the end position. .07 left to go in this 4th quarter. A close ball game, just as what we expected.
And they give it to Ricky Harris on the outside, and Ricky breaks through the line, and he's still running.
What a great block out there on the corner by Vince Rucker, the fullback that sprung Harris up the middle.
He certainly did. Vince Rucker, boy, I admire that young man. He made a tremendous block, you know, for him then, which gave him, to get him to the outside. So Elbert County now in Hart County Bulldog territory. 9 9:51, the clock becomes important. Everything is important, and this one is going to go right down to the wire. Ricky Harris on the outside. He turns the corner.
Earl Fouch fished him out of bounds. Good play by Earl.
Well, we've got a flag back up the field here. And we'll have to see what this one is. They're talking to both captains. Looks like they appear to be talking to David Donald.
Well, as we look at this Elbert County offense going against the Hart County defense, keep in mind that this Elbert County offense is averaging 26.3 points per game. And here they've only got 3 points on the board so far.
And keep in mind that the Hart County defense is only allowed 3 points per game.
A lot of depth on that Hart County defense.
They certainly do. They play a lot of people and give people rest and give them a chance to play. Boy, what a fight. What a fight. So much determination by Tony Lee carrying the football then. Got it. It looked like he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage and then just kept fighting, kept driving, kept striving, kept turning, kept twisting. And got about 7 yards on that. Tony Lee with a good play. Nelson Hunt coming in the ball game for Jamal Hopper. Second down for the Elbert County Blue Devils and about 14. And Ricky Harris with the ball on the outside. And he's brought down by Rod Martin, number 43. Mr. Thunder on defense.
Those linebackers are really playing great tonight. Robert Martin, Stacy Jones, David Donald, and Spooner Phillips. They've been all over the field.
And certainly Stephen Smith, the young freshman that's come in to spell Stacy Jones at linebacker, has done a fine job for a freshman. Realizing Stacy Jones has an ankle injury. They don't want him to have to play the whole time, so they've been able to spell him some in there, and he's done an excellent job.
Time becoming a factor. Less than 8 minutes to go.
Calhoun back to throw. And it's intercepted by David Donald. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
America's finest lineup of cars and trucks, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford trucks, all available at Claude Ray Ford Sales. Prices are competitive. So whether it's a mini, compact, luxurious, or sporty, see Mr. Claude and find out how much quality you'll get for such a reasonable price on your choice of a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury. Service after the sale and dependability are Mr. Claude's motto. See Claude Ray Ford, Lincoln, Mercury on Elbert Street in Elberton, Georgia.
Field Ale, quality grade A chicken from the folks down the road. People who take pride in knowing that over the last 20 years, Field Ale has grown with Northeast Georgia. Not only has Field Ale become one of the nation's leading suppliers of over 40 different poultry products, but Field Ale employs over 3,500 people in Northeast Georgia. Field Ale's 600 grow-out farms produce plump, tender chicken processed quickly to ensure quality when it arrives at your grocer. So it's fresh to you from the folks down the road. Field Ale.
Hi, folks. Here at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia, Georgia, we realize that fall and winter it's on its way. And we want to help you get to where you're going with some of our Chrysler Plymouth Dodge products. All have 4x4 capabilities, from the family Vista wagon to the big, powerful Ram Charger. And prices start from under $10,000. So come and see us at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia, Georgia, and we thank you for your support.
Critical acclaim for our performance. The new Ford Probe is one of the finest front-wheel drive performance cars in the world.
The GT suspension is precise and responsive.
The futuristic exterior is matched by an interior that's open, airy, and modern.
The new Ford Probe and Probe GT, a performance you won't forget.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
To some, it's routine maintenance. To others, it's an act of love. If you truly appreciate fine machinery, you protect it with Purolator filters.
David Donald, he certainly has had a tremendous football game tonight. From the defensive side of the football, caught 2 passes, then making an interception and making a run back. Great football player. And it looks like these, you normally expect heroes to be on offense, but it seems like this whole Hart County defense has a lot of heroes. And he certainly did a fine job. 7:18 to go here. Rucker carrying the ball for the Hart County Bulldogs is 7-3, with the Hart County Bulldogs being on top of Elbert County.
Russell Artister in on the tackle that time, and it's going to be important for Hart County now to run off some clock.
Well, that's certainly very, very important to them. They have not been noteworthy to be able to sustain drives, you know, for the first part of this season this year. However, they looked tremendous on their 79-yard drive they had in the early part, you know, of the fourth quarter. But certainly, as you mentioned, the clock is very, very important. They want to try to retain possession here. Excellent pursuit by Elbert County. Thunder and lightning. Russell Artister, and Tyrone Huff. Another key thing, you know, they have brought some of their key people on defense, such as David Donald and such as Earl Fausch, have come in on offense and given very, very able assistance.
There goes Mr. Everything back in the game, David Donald.
Coach Bill Bond giving the signal to Spezio Stowers to correct play. Third down, big down, 3rd down and 6 right here for the Hart County Bulldogs. And Spezio Stowers is outside, and he picks back to Tim Johnson. And Tim Johnson may go. He may go all the way. He's straight on this sideline. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown! They're going to say he stepped out of bounds right here on. What a play. What a play. Excellent, excellent execution then, but must have got just a little bit of the chalk on the sideline, but nevertheless sustained, maintained their drive then.
A beautiful fake up the middle by Spezio Stowers. He faked it to David Donald and then the pitch out, and then they were on their way.
Looked like Tim Johnson, and well, it didn't look like he did carry it on the end, but they said he stepped out of the bounds up here just a little bit. Exciting play, but nevertheless that maintains and sustains the drive here with 5:37 to go. David Donald in the backfield for Hart County, along with Tony Rucker. Spezio Stowers in there. Big lick by Brian Porter. Big lick. Brian Porter. Boy, he's had a fine football game tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, and I bet you David Donald will be feeling that one in the morning.
Oh, yes, sir. Biggie, we have really seen some licks tonight. Mr. George Bullock talking to Spezio Stowers. Did we have a late hit? Was that the call over here, or personal foul?
Personal foul is the indication. 15-yarder.
With 5:33 to go, and that also will give them a first down, of course. With 5:33 to go here in the fourth quarter.
They moved the chains down the field now. First down and 10 at the 35.
With a little end around.
Jeff Roner in on the tackle. Tried to do a little misdirection there to catch the Elbert County defense off guard.
Defense did a good job of staying at home then and snuffing out the play. I'll tell you what, these two defenses tonight, the Blue Devils under Coach Jack Webb, the defensive coordinator, head coach Charles Webb, and the defense of Hart County, boy, two great defensive football teams. Spezio Stowers pitching outside to Tim Johnson. Coming in with the option once again, and it really seems that Spezio Stowers is on top of his game. And more importantly is, as you mentioned, Ken, Hart County is retaining possession of the football.
Brian Porter once again had to run him out of bounds. Brian in on another tackle. We're down to 4:49 left to go in the ball game.
Well, you know, Coach Pate had been very concerned about, he said one thing, you know, that they could do to help themselves, you can't always depend on the defense, but one thing they could do to help themselves is to retain possession of the ball and keep the defense off the field some. And certainly, you know, we've seen them on this occasion and on the 79-yard drive that they've been able to do just that. Coach Bill Bond out talking to his offensive troops now.
Hart County had a lot of turnovers in the first half, but they have settled down, and we haven't seen any mistakes in the second half.
Well, I think, you know, both teams, we mentioned that we thought they'd probably settle down some, you know, in the second half, and they have appeared to do that. These two teams both have been very well prepared by these coaching staffs, Coach Charles Webb and his fine staff down at Elbert County, and Coach Payton and his fine staff here at Hart County. Certainly have these young men, you know, very well prepared, and at this point, we don't know the outcome of the game, but, you know, it would appear that both of these communities could be extremely proud of the efforts that these young men have given here tonight. Coach Bobby Pate has been here several years, but he's been in these situations many times. 5,335, he said. I mean, in, you know, game type situations, he's been a winner everywhere, you know, he's ever been. And, you know, this is situations where, you know, he turns it over to his players and said, men, you know, we can win it or we can lose it right here. And certainly he's to be commended for the fine job they've done in preparation. And certainly, you know, Elbert County, a 7-3 ball game. What more could you ask for? David Donald once again, and David Donald just fights and scraps and lunges and plunges on the little quick trap right back up the middle. Good call. They have gone consistently, you know, outside with Spezio Stowers and with Johnson, and then come back with a little quick trap right back up the middle then. Excellent call.
He had some good moves up the middle, too.
He really did. Listen, the defense was in good position. You cannot fault the defense in that situation. David Donald just did a fantastic job, you know, of getting a loose and good moves, as you mentioned, Ken, you know, right in the secondary there once he got there. Going to be short yardage, going to be 432. And what a classic. What a classic. Spezio Styles back up, second down and short yardage, 4:23 to go here in the ball game.
And pitched late.
Kevin Porter once again coming up from his position, number 37, along with K.O. Glaze.
The guy who made that play, though, was Tyrone Huff, Mr. Thunder. He got a hit in there on Spezio Stowers right as he made the pitch and almost caused the turnover.
This one's going to be close. Good shot there. First down.
Hart County continues to move the ball now. We're down to 4:13. Elbert County needs a turnover at this point.
Well, certainly they're very, very capable because they have a tremendous defense, and stranger things have happened, but they're very, very capable. A lot of good football players on the defensive side of the football. They could make it happen yet. First and 10 for Hart County.
And David Dunnell once again, and David Dunnell.
Oh, he's just a winner, isn't he?
Tremendous player.
It looked like he was going to be stopped right there at the line of scrimmage, but he just ran with so much determination then. Once again, I credit those big offensive linemen for sustaining their block, and the defense had him stopped. But he just ran with so much courage and so much determination then that he almost got it in the end zone. So they're going to be, goal, second down and goal to go, 3:40 to go. All important is the clock.
David Dunnell is not all that big. He's a 180-pound senior, 5'10", and he's playing a great game. Delay of game.
Well, once again, that's certainly not what Coach Bobby Pate wanted, because that's going to make it first down and about 6, and it just makes it a little different situation once again, whereas they had first down and gold on about the 1 with the clock on their side. And Coach Bobby Pate talking to his offensive back coach, quarterback coach, Bill Bond. And they're going to be in a power set this time. 2 tight ends, a wishbone look. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here. And he pitches Tim Johnson late on the corner, and Tim Johnson got in the end zone. Came out with a triple option on the goal line then, got it in the end zone. Once again, tremendous execution on the part of Spezio Stowers. Tim Johnson taking it in from about 6 yards out. And it's good. In Hart County, 14-3. Kick was good by Shane Bowers. Tremendous play on offense in by Spezio Stowers. The triple option is tough to defend down on the goal line, Ken, because you got to make sure defensively that you have every position covered. And then Spezio made the pitch just at the right time. Tim Johnson fought for the end zone and just did get it in. It doesn't matter if you just got it in as long as you break the plane.
Well, it's amazing how different the Hart County offense looks in the second half compared to how they performed in the first half. They put it together.
Well, I think, a real key there was, the clock, being able to utilize a clock, and the clock, was their biggest ally then to use the clock as much as they did. So 2 fine drives by Hart County here in the second half, and as you said, I think they really did put aside their mistakes at halftime and really showed a lot of consistency, on offense. Jeff Brunner, boy, he's dangerous. and to the sideline, and then wanting to be able to cut back across. Good coverage by the specialty team.
Jamal Harper put the finishing touches there on Bronner.
Our man, Mr. Hustle. 5'3", 140 pounds. Love to see those young men get out there and hustle. And Perlotte almost broke it out then. Rod Martin, number 43.
They went from a shotgun formation that time with time running out, 2:33, 2:32, and counting here in the fourth quarter. They're hustling it up.
Kenny Perlotte from the shotgun position, looking for Bronner. Oh, and he just smothered. He just smothered by the defensive front.
Tony Cujo, along with Mike Roebuck.
Makes it third down. Elbert County doing an excellent job here of calling their plays on the line of scrimmage. Incomplete.
And we're up to a fourth down situation now for Elbert County.
Well, they want to keep the stick moving. There's 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hart County right now severing 14-3 lead. And Elbert County wanted to get a first down and keep this drive alive.
Barry Calhoun back in.
It doesn't take but one play.
And it's intercepted by number 16 for Hart County. He may take it in the end zone. Touchdown.
Russell Blackwell.
Russell Blackwell intercepted and took it in the end zone for the touchdown.
And when he got to the sideline, it was glory for him.
Well, this Hart County defense has really played well tonight. They making the turnovers and that time scoring their own touchdown.
Well, I think, yes, they certainly did. I think, certainly credit, goes to them, but I'm sure Coach Bobby Pate was very, very happy to see, or has been very happy to see here in the second half, some consistency, being able to be sustained, on offense, that's enabled them to maintain control of the football, to keep it out of the hands of Ricky Harris and Jeff Bronner. And certainly, this ball game, I think that's the real story of this game is that they have been able to do something consistently on offense, in the second half. Looks like, is this one going to come back, or?
There was a clipping call on that play.
Okay. So the interception will stand, and Hart County will have the football with 1:50 to go. Looks like an injured player down over there momentarily. Hart County now will be coming back up over the ball, and they still have an injured player.
That's Jay Hunt for Elbert County.
Looks like he was trying to make the tackle over there. And he's one of those fine offensive linemen that they have up front.
In at quarterback for Hart County, Sonny Spurlock, relieving Spezio Stowers.
Spurlock under at quarterback now, leading the Hart County Bulldogs with 1:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. And David Donald once again on the outside, and Brian Porter coming up from the cornerback position, and he's probably one of the leading tacklers tonight, along with Thunder and Lightning from the defensive side of the football.
David Donald comes out of the game and receives a well-deserved round of applause.
Well, he's had a fine ball game. He certainly has. Sub-region. A lot of good football teams.
Well, you look at Elbert County and Hart County. We haven't discussed this, Coach, but I want to mention it. Both these teams coming up in the polls before tonight's game. Elbert County came in at number 9 on the Constitution poll in Class AAA, and Hart County coming in at number 9 in the Class AAA poll in the AP rankings.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm going to say, Ken. You know, that's real nice, and I'm glad they have those rankings in the polls, you know, for the fans and the communities, because it gives you some bragging rights, but the only poll that really matters is the one that occurs in December. But certainly I'm very proud for both of these communities, you know, to have, you know, this type of recognition, you know, for their programs and their high school, you know, football program. Tim Johnson on the outside with a pitch.
Spoken like a true coach, Coach Foss.
Well, I don't know about speaking like a true coach, but you know it is, and I do like the rankings. I like those things, but you know you really have to sometimes, when you have a really good football team, play down those things, you know, to keep your young men, you know, intact and let them know that every game is important, and anybody can get beat on a given night. By Tony Cooey. Looked like it was going to die down there, so Elbert County once again will have another shot at the end zone with 1:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. I don't mean to keep talking about the rankings and everything, Ken, but you know what I'm just trying to say is I think it's very good, you know, to do that, but I think it's even better, you know, for college teams and things of that nature, because all these young men, you know, they're giving it their best effort and, you know, trying very hard. Some people just have, you know, a cycle of great athletes and great tradition and win a lot, and sometimes, you know, rankings mean something as far as that is concerned, but not that much until the end of the season. And Barry Calhoun, he's gotten loose, and he's still trying. Great effort then by Barry Calhoun. Great effort. 49 seconds ticking down here.
Robert Martin in on the tackle there. Once again, those Hart County linebackers, we mentioned their names.
Thunder and Lightning, and then Stephen Smith is in there right now. He's done a fine job again, as we mentioned. Barry Calhoun.
You know, Coach, I like the spirit of this Elbert County team. Their time is ticking away. They're down, but they're still out there fighting.
They really are. They have a never-say-die spirit, and hey, you know, a lot of people would like to be 5-2 on the year. They've got a good football team, and you know, they got 3 games left. Certainly would appear, you know, right here, but they have Coach Charles Webb and his staff has done an excellent job down there. They have numbers out, dressed out, you know, some 90 players tonight. Had a very fine, you know, 9th grade football team down there. Got a real good program, excellent strength program, and real good program. Ricky Harris on the outside, and he breaks loose. He just keeps on churning. And looks like it's going to be a first down by Ricky Harris. It's going to be 21 seconds to go here. And it would appear that Hart County would still remain undefeated in AAA. Clock is winding down. And Barry Calhoun running it out of bounds to stop the clock. Seconds to go here from Herndon Stadium.
Well, it looks like, as you said, Hart County is going to win this game and go up 6-1 on the season and 1-0 in the sub-region, and they've got 3 more sub-region games left to go in the season as they make an effort to get into the playoffs.
They certainly, you know, I think they're contingent. I think, you know, Madison County has you know, enough good athletes that they can make it tough on somebody. And Hart County also, Earl Faust coming up with his 6th interception of the season. Fine safety for Elbert County.
played a great game tonight. Both on offense. He's been in there some on offense and, of course, in his defensive secondary position.
Well, the Hart County defense once again getting an applause.
This has really been a well-played football game. And Hart County is going to win number 6. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Pure pickup power. You can get it in every Jeep Comanche at every Jeep Eagle dealer. Jeep Comanche packs the power of an optional 4-liter 177 horsepower engine, plus the protection of Chrysler's 770 limited warranty. And right now, you can pick up a real truck at a real low price. So if you want power at a practical price, look up, America. Check out the Jeep and Eagle lines now.
Hayes says our selection of Chrysler products is the largest in Northeast Georgia at Hayes Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle. From the small subcompacts to RVs to luxury cars, come to Hayes Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle, located just off 985 at Oakwood.
Trucks are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over Northeast Georgia and the Western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the trucks rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Mize Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
Alpine Village Outlets in Helen, Georgia offers you a truly unique shopping experience. You'll save up to 70% off retail prices when you shop our stores in Alpine Village Outlets. True factory outlets run by the national offices. And now to offer you an even greater variety of stores and savings, Alpine Village Outlets is expanding. Come to the mountains of North Georgia where a short ride can save you up to 70% off retail prices at Alpine Village Outlets, Helen, Georgia.
Trees help conserve our Earth's precious resources. A world without trees is no world for me or for you. Conservation trees make the difference. This is Eddie Elbert. Write the National Arbor Day Foundation for your free conservation trees brochure.
Why does Indy 500 winner Rick Mears race on Goodyear Eagles exclusively? Because of the Goodyear Eagle contact patch and how it responds to the track. And why does Oldsmobile choose Goodyear Eagle street radials for the Indianapolis 500 pace car? A major reason is the Goodyear Eagle contact patch, where the car ultimately responds to the road. Goodyear Eagles, because there really is a difference.
Elvis. It's Elvis Presley on home video. Don't be cruel. Now you can own the King's historic comeback performance. Live on home video cassette. This is the Elvis you remember. No performer in the entire world was more loved than Elvis. Your Elvis memories with this unforgettable Elvis home video classic. You get 24 of the King's greatest hits, a full 75 minutes of rare Elvis concert footage in color. Purchase your own collector's copy of Elvis live in his 68 comeback specials for just $29.95.
Call toll-free 1-800-345-9300 or save COD charges by sending $29.95 plus $3.75 shipping to P.O. Box 30179, Bethesda, Maryland.
What a classic it was from Herndon Stadium tonight. The Hart County Bulldogs victorious 14-3 under Coach Bobby Pate over the Elbert County Blue Devils. All important 8 AAA East sub-region ball game, keeping their hopes alive, for a playoff spot later on in the season. What about it, Ken? Wasn't it exciting to be here?
It was a great ball game, a classic Friday night fight here at Hartwell, Georgia, a sub-region battle. So looks like Hart County will continue continue to make their drive towards a playoff position, going 1-0 in the sub-region and 6-1 on the season so far.
Certainly we appreciate the hospitality that was extended to us here by Dr. Fred McManus and Mr. Wallace Vassar, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Vernon Edwards, and Coach Pate and his fine staff that he has. Next week, we'll be right back here at Herndon Stadium with the ever-dangerous Franklin County Lions against the Hart County Bulldogs. Our thanks certainly to you, Ken, in filling in for our colleague Charles Head. A great job, and I don't like to admit this, but you're one of my former students. That means you're getting a lot older, but a great job on your part, Ken, and thank you for joining us here on TV 32.
Well, thank you, Coach. I really enjoyed it.
Our executive producer, Mr. Roy Gaines, our producer, Connie Gaines, our director for tonight, Stuart Gaines, technical directors, Kim Gaines. On the cameraman tonight, our man John Kerr on the sideline, along with Kevin Burke. And this is Mac Poss, along with Ken Brady from Herndon Stadium, wishing you a good night, and join us next week for high school football on TV 32.
You've been watching high school football on TV 32. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's game and will remember the sponsors who make these play-by-play telecasts possible each week. We'd like to express our appreciation to the administrative and athletic departments of the area high schools we cover for their outstanding cooperation each week. Thanks for watching high school football on TV 32.
This year, while every other car company is unveiling their new lineup,
It's difficult to put things into words sometimes.
I know it is. Don't even try.
You were so right, Hoss. You do have to go by the rules.
No, I don't reckon any of us was right. Just a lot of folks looking for different things in the wrong places.
I know. But I'll never forget you, Hoss. You've been so very good to me.
I'll never forget you either, Camille.
Goodbye, Hoss.
Bye.
You still feel the same way about it, don't you, boy?
Yes, sir. I don't reckon a man's feelings change overnight.
No. Did you tell her?
No, sir.
Why not? Why not, son? I know how she felt about you in Applegate, but... Well, now that Jim's gone,
No, well, Jim ain't gone. He'll never be gone. Not for Camille, he won't.
With fall coming and and winter on its way, we at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia want to make sure that you get where you're going. And with that, we've got Chrysler Plymouth Dodge finest line of four-wheel drive Vistas. A family wagon with off-road capability. We've got the D50 truck, the Power Ram. 4x4 capability with an affordable price. We've got the full-size Power Ram. More affordability, but with a bigger payload. And to finish it off, the Ram Charger. 1988s are still available at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia, Georgia. And we don't want to forget America's favorite import, the 1988 Dodge Raider. So come see us at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks, and we'll get you on your way anyway. This is Skip Susie saying thank you very much.
Bagley Mobile Homes, just off 29 North Bypass, next door to Reliance Electric in Athens, Georgia, offers you the affordable American dream of home ownership. We carry a full line of 2- and 3-bedroom